Hey guys! What if I told you that Sonic the Hedgehog 2 isn't just a sequel? It's a turbocharged adventure exploding with high-stakes chases, unlikely friendships, and a villain so unhinged he'll make you root for the heroes even harder. If you're here for the full juicy details, buckle up because I'm diving deep into this story, unpacking every twist, battle, and heartfelt moment. We'll build up to that epic finale and the post-credits bombshell that sets up Sonic 3, which, by the way, dropped back in December 2024, and is totally worth checking out if you haven't already. But first, if you missed my breakdown of the original Sonic flick, pause and click that I button in the description to catch up. Trust me, it'll make this even better. When I put this together, the IMDb rating for Sonic 2 was holding strong at 6.5 out of 10 based on over 111,000 votes. Solid for a family adventure, but does it deserve more? Drop your thoughts in the comments as we roll. Hey, I'm Raja and welcome to Bong UD. Let's spin into the story. It had been 9 long months since the chaos of the first adventure, and our blue blur, Sonic the Hedgehog, had finally found a slice of normalcy in the quiet town of Green Hills. Adopted by the kind-hearted couple Tom and Maddie Wachowski, Tom being the local sheriff with a knack for dad jokes and Maddie a vet with endless patience, Sonic was living the dream, or at least trying to. By day he lounged in their cozy home, munching chili dogs and binge-watching action flicks. But by night, oh, that's when the real fun began. Sonic had taken it upon himself to be the town's secret guardian, zipping through the shadows at supersonic speeds to thwart petty crimes. Picture this: a gang of car thieves revving up a stolen ride under the cover of darkness. Before they can even hit the gas, a blue streak flashes by, tires screech, and suddenly the crooks are tied up with their own shoelaces, courtesy of Sonic's whirlwind antics. No one ever saw him, though that was the rule. Tom had drilled it into him. Stay hidden, kid. The world isn't ready for a talking hedgehog with attitude. But staying hidden was boring. Sonic craved the spotlight, the cheers, the hero worship he saw in his movies. One fateful evening, after a particularly close call where he nearly got spotted flipping a getaway van, Tom pulled him aside for a serious talk. They were out on the lake, fishing under a starry sky, the boat gently rocking on the water. Tom cast his line and sighed. Sonic, listen up. You're acting like a hero, but heroes don't just rush in, they think about the people they're protecting. You're young, full of energy, but life's not a video game. One wrong move and it could all come crashing down. Sonic fidgeted, his quills twitching. But Tom, I saved the day. Again. Don't I deserve a little credit? Tom shook his head with a chuckle. Credit comes later. For now, focus on growing up right. Wise words, but with danger looming from another dimension. Would Sonic have time to heed them? Keep listening, this is where the real storm brews. Meanwhile, across the cosmos on the desolate mushroom planet, a barren wasteland of giant fungi and endless isolation, Dr. Evil Robotnik was far from defeated. Stranded after his showdown with Sonic, the mad scientist had turned his exile into a twisted laboratory. With his wild mustache even wilder and his ego unscathed, Robotnik scavenged mushroom parts to build gadgets, muttering schemes of revenge. That pesky hedgehog thinks he's won? Ha! I'll show him power he can't outrun. His breakthrough: Sonic's quill from their first battle, glowing with otherworldly energy. He fashioned it into a transmitter, cranking up the device with manic glee. But activation triggered a catastrophe. A blinding explosion, unleashing a shockwave that tore through space itself. As the dust settled, a portal shimmered open, and through it stepped, or rather punched, Knuckles the Echidna. Knuckles was a sight to behold. A red-furred powerhouse with spiked gloves, dreadlock-like quills, and eyes burning with ancient fury. Hailing from a warrior tribe of echidnas, he was the last guardian of his kind, sworn to protect the Master Emerald, a legendary gem capable of turning thoughts into reality. But his tribe's history was soaked in blood, clashing with the Owl Guardians like Longclaw, Sonic's long-lost mentor. When Robotnik flashed the quill, Knuckles' fists clenched. "Where did you get that? It reeks of the enemy." Robotnik, ever the opportunist, spun a tale of betrayal. "From a blue pest on Earth. Help me get there, and I'll lead you straight to him, and the ultimate power you seek." Knuckles, driven by duty and vengeance, agreed. With a mighty punch, he shattered the barriers between worlds, hauling Robotnik back to Earth. Alliance formed but fragile. Robotnik's mind already plotted betrayal. How long before this uneasy pact shattered? Stick around, the action's just heating up. Back on Earth, life rolled on for Sonic's family. Tom and Maddie were packing for a trip to Hawaii. Maddie's sister Rachel was tying the knot. And let's just say Rachel hadn't forgotten Sonic's accidental taser zap from the first movie. "That blue freak ruined my proposal," she'd grumble. Sonic, ever helpful, whipped out one of his golden rings, tossing it to create a swirling portal. Boom! Hawaiian vacation. Express delivery. He handed them an extra ring for the return trip. "Don't worry, I'll hold down the fort." As Tom and Maddie stepped through, vanishing in a flash, Sonic grinned mischievously. Alone at last. He cranked up the music, raided the fridge, and turned the living room into a dance party. But freedom was short-lived. A thunderous boom shook the house. Robotnik and Knuckles had arrived. The attack was brutal. Robotnik hovered in his egg-shaped pod, cackling as drones swarmed. Knuckles charged like a freight train, his punches cracking walls. Sonic dodged and weaved, quipping, "Missed me. And you, red guy, who invited the angry kangaroo?" But Knuckles was no joke. His strength overwhelmed Sonic, slamming him through furniture. "Where is the Master Emerald, Guardian scum? I know you're tied to Longclaw." Sonic gasped, dazed. "Longclaw? How do you wait? Who are you?" Knuckles snarled, explaining the ancient feud. Echidnas versus owls, both vying for the emerald's protection. "Your kind destroyed mine. Now hand it over." Sonic, cornered and confused, barely escaped when a yellow blur intervened. Tails. Tails, the inventive fox with twin tails that spun like helicopter blades, had been tracking Sonic since the first movie's end credits tease. "I came to warn you about him," Tails yelled, hot-wiring a car for their getaway. Knuckles pursued relentlessly, his car flipping off a cliff in the chaos, but Robotnik saved him with a tractor beam, courtesy of his latte-sipping assistant, Agent Stone, back at base. "Loyalty pays off," Robotnik smirked, already scheming to ditch Knuckles post-Emerald. Sonic and Tails fled to a safe spot, where Tails spilled the beans under a flickering streetlight. "The Master Emerald, it's a chaos engine. Thoughts become reality. Longclaw hid clues for you." A hologram from Sonic's past activated. Longclaw's voice echoed, "If you're seeing this, I'm gone. Protect the Emerald, Sonic. Hide it from evil or the universe falls." Map in hand, they headed to Siberia, Tails' gadgets lighting the way. But with Robotnik tracking them, could they stay one step ahead? The frozen tundra awaits. Don't go anywhere. In the icy wastes of Siberia, adventure turned perilous. They infiltrated an ancient temple, solving puzzles with Sonic's speed and Tails' tech to snag the compass, a glowing artifact pointing to the emerald. But ambush. Robotnik's drones buzzed in, Knuckles smashing through snow. A heart-pounding chase ensued. Sonic snowboarding on a shattered drone board, Tails blasting lasers, avalanches roaring behind. In the frenzy, Tails took a hit, tumbling into the snow. Sonic skidded to a halt. "Forget the compass. I'm not losing you." He scooped Tails up, triggering his emergency ring. Portal open, they crashed into Hawaii. Mid-wedding chaos. Tom's jaw dropped as Sonic and the injured Tails tumbled onto the beach. Robotnik's back? With a red what now? But before explanations, federal agents swarmed GUN, the guardian units of nations. Plot twist. Rachel's groom Randall was undercover, the whole wedding a sting to capture Sonic. "You're under arrest, Hedgehog." Cuffs clicked on Sonic and Tom. Maddie, furious, confronted the commander. "Robotnik's the real threat. He's alive." Skeptical, the officer dispatched teams, but too late. Maddie and Rachel, burying their hatchet, staged a daring rescue, flipping tables and tasering guards. Free at last, Sonic eyed a signal. Robotnik had the compass, heading for the Emerald's temple beneath the ocean. Sonic bolted alone, a blue streak across the waves. Arriving at the submerged ruins, he clashed with Knuckles in a watery brawl, fists flying amid crumbling pillars. Robotnik, sneaky as ever, snagged the Emerald first. Power surged, the ocean parted, temple rising like Atlantis reborn. Floods raged. Sonic, no swimmer, nearly drowned, saving Knuckles from debris. "Why save me?" Knuckles growled, pulling Sonic up. "Because we're not so different." Longclaw wanted peace. Eyes open, Knuckles switched sides. But Robotnik? He fused the Emerald's energy into a colossal Death Egg robot, towering over green hills, lasers blazing. United, Sonic, Tails patched up, and Knuckles returned home to chaos. Robotnik demolishing the town, Juan forces crumbling. Time to end this. Sonic charged, distracting with speed tricks. Tails and Knuckles infiltrated the mech, snatching the Emerald. It shattered into 7 Chaos Emeralds. Power overwhelming, Sonic absorbed them, transforming into Supersonic, Golden Fur, Invincible Aura. "Let's dance, Egghead." With Tom and Maddie ramming the robot in their truck, totaled of course, Supersonic unleashed Chaos Blasts, dismantling the machine piece by piece. Robotnik plummeted, defeated. For now. In the aftermath, peace settled. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles formed Team Sonic, vowing to safeguard the Chaos Emeralds with Tom and Maddie's family. "Home sweet home," Sonic grinned. But the post-credits? Gun raids Robotnik's lair, uncovering a dusty file. Project Shadow. A shadowy figure stirs in cryosleep, hinting at Sonic 3's big bad. And hey, since we're in 2025, Sonic 3 hit theaters December 20th, 2024, bringing Shadow into the mix with even more edge. If you love this deep dive, smash like if Supersonic was your highlight. Comment. Team Sonic or solo hero? Share with fans, subscribe for more epic tales, and hit the bell next. Maybe a full Sonic 3 breakdown? You made it to the end. You're a legend. Until next time, bye.